everyone, welcome to today's meeting. We're going to talk about Tyler today. He's our student of focus. This is a student in our special ed preschool here, and he is 4 years old, and he is currently eligible for services pertaining to developmental delays, language delays, and fine motor delays. So moving forward, Tyler is able to run without falling. He's able to jump up and down in place and on platforms. He's also able to recall information that he's been told and pays attention during activities. His speech is delayed, however, it is improving. He does struggle with mumbling and not enunciating words, but again, he's making progress. He's also exhibiting some non-compliant behaviors, which I know today we're going to be focusing a lot on in our meeting. These behaviors have been observed during circle time and during free play, most specifically. Unless presented with an incentive like a sticker or Skittles, he doesn't transition as smoothly as he does without those. So some examples of this non-compliant behavior include running away, hiding under tables, crying, kicking, and hitting. However, he has been exhibiting these behaviors a lot less frequently. He's made a lot of progress this year with cleaning up after himself and transitioning to go outside for recess. He's also attentive to his peers and has been observed playing with them and recognizing when another student isn't happy. So I do look forward to see how much more progress he continues to make with transitioning and following directions and his peer interactions. And now we're going to hear from the school psychologist.
Hi, I'm a school psychiatrist, and thank you for that input. I do want to say that when it comes to Tyler, I did discuss his behaviors with both his parents as well as himself in some school-based interviews. When talking to Tyler, he explained to us, or to me really, that his favorite thing is cars. He loves cars, and he loves just kind of doing activities that are based in that kind of subject. He also told me that he does know of the classroom rules as well as why those rules are in place. When speaking to his parents, we did come to a consensus based on their own documentation that his main behavioral issues is within noncompliance. Let me see. When it comes to being at school or as well as at home, he does not listen to instructions given by any adult, especially when it comes in things like transitions or changes in activities. Because of this, it is imperative that we instill in Tyler that it is important to understand the rules when it comes to transitions and that non-compliance is not something that is okay. And to do that, we want to reinforce compliance, so things like sharing his toys with his peers, not fussing when a teacher or an adult wants him to change and to transition into different activities, and to eliminate words like no, I don't want to do this, I don't like that, things like that. Vanessa?
So we were able to collect some ABC data that I have before me that I can discuss with you. We were able to collect some observations, over a set of few days in the classroom, from snack time, circle time, our table work, and outside when they were on the playground. We found for attention that he likes to access attention. Sometimes he will do things that will draw the attention of the teachers or the paras in order for example, what was observed during one of the incidents a couple days ago, actually, during our drop-off time, when they were asked, they had to line up while we were waiting for our friends. He stood up and started running around, and it actually got other students to join, so that seeks the attention of his peers and the teachers. For his tangibles and activities, we found he likes to avoid these. From the data, an incident that we observed during circle time was he was asked to sit at the table and to wait for all of his friends to get there. So I wrote the same thing. Another is we asked the question of the day during circle time, as we do every time in our routine, and he got up and wandered around the classroom instead of being in his seat and answering. And so that was something, once again, that we had asked him repetitively to follow the directions, and he continued to be non-compliant. And lastly, for sensory, he avoids sensory. An incident that we observed during snack time was when we were passing out some pumpkin seeds for each of them to try. When they carved pumpkins, he was like, "No, I'm not trying that," and he got out of his seat and started to play in the car center rather. So we found that he exhibits his behaviors when he's told to transition to an activity that he's enjoying to one where he does not wish to participate, and he will refuse unless we offer the rewards, as Patty had said, to get him back on task. So I'm going to move this over to Serena about our baseline data that we found.
Hi, thank you, Vanessa, for the detailed ABC data. So now I will dive into Tyler's baseline data with direct observation. So a little background for what a baseline data looks like. It's actually a measurement of the behavior taken before interventions are started. So it is really important for us because it allows us to compare the behavior before and after implementation of behavior plan to determine if the interventions are actually working. So the behavior is being documented for baseline data with direct observation. We did it on non-compliance since we already been talking about this is like our target behavior, and the measurement system is being used for this measuring behavioral event is through recording, and the 3 observations were through circle time, snack time, and table time. We were able to analyze that Tyler was non-compliant at an average rate of 0.37 per minute over 3 observation periods, which we mentioned during these independent time. So in conclusion, what we hope and like our behavior objective is, after a check of understanding, Tyler will be compliant during group work time at a rate of more than 0.60 per minute. So this is what we hope, and if you guys have like any questions, like let us know too. And now we're just gonna move to Vanessa.
Give us the intervention method that we came up with. So we are implementing the method of teaching him the replacement behaviors for our target behavior that we have for him, as well as improving the environment that he is in. So Justice, would you like to review the intervention plan that we've made for him?
Yes. In order to adjust his behavior, I would highly recommend potentially using emotion labeling cards or a kind of checklist, or even just the teacher checking on him during independent play to ensure that he does transition with little to no fuss. That's the hope, anyway. For a reinforcement, I would definitely say using this behavior-specific praise. Done correctly, that can be a very effective tool. And to really extinguish this current target behavior is to just try for redirection, potentially allowing him to sit down in the calm down corner or walk in the hallways in order to, allow him to center himself, clear his head, or to be honest, just withhold that behavior specific praise, or just don't pay attention to his miscommunications, misbehavior, things like that.
So in order to maximize Tyler's success, both the teacher and the prepare professional will be held responsible for completing treatment integrity measures. So on a daily basis, the teacher will be doing a checklist just to ensure that everything is being maintained. And on a weekly basis, there will be a self-report conducted on Tyler by the paraprofessional. And regarding the social validity, we will have both the teacher and paraprofessional be the 2 main people who are responsible for this measure. However, the parent and student do obtain responsibility in the interview portion of this aspect. So there will be a pre and post intervention questionnaire that will be conducted by the teacher and paraprofessional, as well as a rating scale by both the teacher and paraprofessional. And additionally, we will have an interview, both pre and post intervention, by the teacher, paraprofessional, parent, and student to kind of just make sure that all bases are covered and everyone is on the same page.
And this is And just to be clear, this is for a 2-year segment, correct?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And now, so here are some generalization areas that should be considered after the initial behavior objective has been met, which is the setting. So we need to understand the environmental factors, like how, weather, location, like etc. will affect like how they affect Tyler's behavior. Because we did notice like in different weather and different kind of like environmental factors, he can behave in different ways. And also people, we also have to like be considerate about the people, because if Tyler's peers are all being non-compliant, Tyler will likely to match their behavior as well. So this is something we need to be considered too. And what kind of maintenance factors should consider over time, which is the naturally occurring consequences. So when Tyler starts to get upset and runs to another part of the room, what the teachers can do is to offer him like a body break, where he will go to a designated area to be away from other students.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that's for me.
Okay, yeah, and for who will be responsible for the components of the intervention plan, it will be the special education teacher, the paraprofessional, the school psychologist, and the behavior specialist. So in this scenario, the special education teacher is Vanessa, the school psychologist is Justice, I am the behavior specialist, and Serena is the paraprofessional. And overall, there will be no emergency procedures warranted at this time, and this plan will be reviewed on October 19th. So we appreciate everyone attending this meeting and going over what we have in hopes and goals for Tyler, and we cannot wait to continue to see him progress in his young adolescence.
All right, thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.